Orders are due this Monday at I Want More Comics and Games. We make them available online so you don't miss out for your comic, trade paperback, and manga choices. And join us every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Mountain as we review these and more in our Final Orders Due show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Number 1 issues this week include Red Roots, Headlopper, and In Your Skin by Image Comics, Oddball's Odyssey by Bad Idea, Planet Atmos Exordium by Mad Cave Studios, Diablo Dawn of Hatred by Titan Comics, Sleepy Hollow, The Witches of the Western Wood from IDW, and Club Nephilim from Devil's Due Studios. Also, check out the hot variants of the week. Place your order before 6 p.m. Monday night, either ship or in-store pickup, and we will see you at release.
Well.
Is it live? We're live and direct?
We are live-ish, almost live. And I think that we could potentially do this show in 6 minutes.
Nice.
Like just show Richie the business and teach him for trying to take personal time and do fun things with family. And
I'm curious if you got on a plane today.
it is. Today was fight the Orlando airport.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's making it back. Maybe he's not.
See. Everyone can open your Kalshi app and make bets as to whether Richie will ever be seen from again. But who cares? It's Sunday night, and we're here to talk about the Final Orders Due. My name is Keith. That dude's Sean. He's not Richie.
My eyes are so tired.
You can really get close to the camera and just like really, like everybody, the experience and all that. Light one, welcome. We are doing just fine today. We're going to pretend we know what we're doing because Richie's not here to pretend that he was steering the ship, but that's okay. Final Orders Due is our time to showcase everything before we put in the final order for tomorrow night. Your chance to get in and grab whatever you want, and even at whatever quantity you want. You could turn around and get multiple stuff at the Final Orders Due show. You can't after we make an order for it because then we make sure that everybody gets a chance at it. To find and follow along with us, 2 options. If you are a Hold Slot member, you can log directly into your portal and be clicking away and placing requests as we go. But for everyone in the world, we've got the website, iwantmorecomics.com. Click on the shop, and the second option down there, Final Orders Due, will get you directly to the page that we will be.
You can look at all the goodies.
Yeah, we'll be screaming through all the details because what we bring up may not be what you guys are finding the most primary, but that's okay because it's your collection.
Well, it looks like this week is a little lighter on the crazy variants that Superman and Spider-Man was last week.
Yeah, that was a pretty big heavy with everything for that. And I think I think next week you're going to get bum rushed on the new release one again with the Time for Marvel's version of doing that. But what do we have here for today? So since Sean is the guest of the show here and all this, what did you see on this list that you would highlight?
So the first one I saw that I thought might look kind of cool was the Batman Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth.
I 100% agree with you on this. A new number 1.
Whatever that is on here.
Yeah, I got it up right now. And I'm going straight to the main cover. I'm a fan of who is also the interior artist on this, Jim Chung. He has had me on his team ever since Young Avengers. But Jeff Loeb and Jim Chung are going to tell a new tale here with Truth. And, I'm seeing hyenas in the background. I see Catwoman.
Well, that Lasso of Truth gets stolen.
Uh-oh.
So they got to go find it.
That's probably not the right thing to have hanging out there in the world.
Yeah, you don't want the undesirables getting a hold of your Lasso of Truth because you never know what they would do with that thing.
You know what the best news about this book is it comes after the aftermath of Hush 2, which I'm sure has finished by now, right? And it's not delayed until May.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine. Guys,
we're all fine.
It's comics. It's a made-up world. Just follow along and pretend like nothing's going on.
Well, then you did the main cover, but I think that that Del Auto cover is the winner for me personally. That thing is boss, man.
I have no beef about that. I cannot turn around and fight somebody. I appreciate that Jim Chunks gets the interiors, which, you know, gives me a flavor as to what that's going to look like. I think that the Del Auto is great. I like Villalobos too. Like he's got a nice soft look on this. I also like his positioning on this, you know, doing it. You get a gargoyle, which, you know, has terrible significance to this story and all this.
Oh, yeah.
And broken
Zach
gargoyles.
loves gargoyles.
We love gargoyles here.
Zach loves gargoyles, especially.
Oh, exactly.
Loves them.
And I mean, we're not going to slouch on a Jim Lee cover, you know, so
of course not.
It's just fine. It is, I believe that this is set up as a 6-part mini. I don't think that this was an ongoing. I think that is, again, the tale that Sean's brought up there, that is find out what happened to Lasso, get Lasso back to Wonder Woman. Hilarity ensues in between. But I think that it's a great book to look at and all this. And I don't know how much we really, really need to see the end of Hush to know what's going on with this book.
Nah, you probably jump into this and be just fine.
I think it's fine.
It's more of a standalone anyway. So,
all right.
Hey, Toby, what's going on?
What else would you like to bring up?
So there's a lot of manga on this list, which I found interesting. There was actually another trade that I didn't even know about until we got in. I was looking through this. There's a trade called Gun Punch that looked kind of interesting to me.
I do remember seeing this here.
I think it's on page 4.
So there is both by Rocket Ship Entertainment, both got a hardcover and a soft cover if you would like to get in on this. Price difference is $20 for soft, $25 for hardcover on this.
Look at that gun grafted to his arm.
So
high-tech symbiotic arm gun on your arm, so you can eliminate aliens that are basically infiltrating and changing the human race to their own physicality. So what do? You get this goofy guy, you graft a giant gun to him that's like this looks like a gigantic, overblown Rob Liefeld gun. This little skinny twiggy dude that's going to go save the world. I'm like, that's kind of amusing. I don't know.
Do you feel like you got a little elements of Chainsaw Man here?
That's kind of where my brain went to first off when I saw this. I was like, what?
Yeah. Rocket Ship Entertainment's focused on independent creations. Obviously, this is its own universe. It doesn't fit in with anything that you know, but that also could be
thing. So if you want a one and done story, this would be it.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. It's right there. So yeah, this is OGN at its finest. You know, to turn around and give you all the pieces, all the details, and go from there.
Well, and then just really close to that one is actually Headlopper, which I know you brought up. It's an issue 1, but it's technically, wasn't it like number 7 or something like that?
So it is the 4th volume of Headlopper.
4th volume. There you go.
And so that's really sequentially. This was originally solicited as issue 17.
17. Okay. I couldn't remember if you said 7 or 17.
Yeah, but it fits into it. Headlopper style and all this. If you'll notice right away, and I love that they put this on the cover. So it's larger size, $7.99. It's a quarterly adventure comic. So Headlopper in itself, even when it comes out, when it's not on hiatus, is meant to be 1 per quarter. So you're getting a larger dosage of content, but you're also getting, this a little bit spread out. So what's planned for this, I believe, is to be 4 issues right now that will come out over the year. And
but I mean, 4 issues quarterly at $8, that's not killing your wallet too bad either.
No. And people who have been into Headlopper were fanatical about Headlopper when it was coming out. I mean,
well, I know people like the severed. Did you see the severed witch head on there, who talks a bunch of smack while they're running around?
Yeah.
If you're looking at it, the single head that he's carrying is a severed witch's head. It's his companion that just talks crap the whole time. So
the title's literal. What his job is head loppings, and is well respected in fandom and creator community. This is one of those books that independent creators will point to and talk about being some of their favorites. This is, I remember from the solicit information from Image on this, it is designed as a jump on point, and that's why they turned around and brought it back to being a new volume, a number one on that, is so that you can feel safe that if you never read Headlopper, you still can try this, and you're not just going to be, they're talking about things you don't know.
Yeah, and I can't believe it's been 10 years. I can't believe it's been going on for 10 years already. It blows me away, dude.
Yeah, no, it's completely frightening when you start talking about these books that I was like, oh yeah, we've, like it's only been coming out as long as we've been a store. And then you say something like that of 10 years and it's.
Yeah, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
A little frightening.
It's next door neighbor that's probably going to have a little bit of conversation. I'm not going to, I don't think there's anything at this point, guys, that I'm going to turn around and shine a light on and say is going to be as hyped up as some of the books of the last 6 to 8 weeks. I think that market has cooled, but it doesn't mean that there's not good stuff to be found. In Your Skin is a book here, a new number one by Image Comics. Again, this is it's involved. Yeah, it's involved with Bollywood. But when I look at immediately who the variant artists are of like Lovelet, and there was somebody else good on the 1 in 10 or 1 in 25. It's pretty obvious that this is a creator book that with connections. It's not just like out of the blue and norm for that. So a story there again. A Bollywood Uber fan who's been obsessed with film star since she was a kid. She watches her movies over and over, knows dance beats, gets to meet her, but it goes awry. So finds out impending, retirement. Something to check out, something to turn around and put on this. I do think that this is aimed a little bit. I saw some interior pages on this. I feel like this is more of a you love the art, love the artist style kind of book. When I'm thinking of like,
I do.
What's the book you have on? Book Club.
The Carmen one.
The Gilliam March one.
So you're talking about Carmen. Yeah.
I feel like it's that, like that you're not only can you like a story on this, but that interior pages are going to really show off.
Well, I'm curious because Carmen's actually, I've read Carmen for book club and it's a real deep story. And I'm curious if this will be similar like that or if it's more leaning towards art.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like the art, has such a presence in the book. It kind of felt like to me that I think some people really like the style.
Well, that makes me think of Asola. Remember that book that came out a few years back where the art was just absolutely gorgeous. Like totally gorgeous. The story was okay to me, but the art was just like, holy crap, this is good. I wonder if it's going to be like that then.
I'm just thinking it's you're a little bit safer on with good art in the book, and then turning around and because you're like right away, you're like, oh, I don't care about a Bollywood star or something along those lines. I don't think that's the biggest draw of the book. I don't think that just the straight plot. I think it could be good, well told story. But I think that you're just going to enjoy looking at something that looks really good.
That's gorgeous. Yeah.
The Buzz book, the one that people are talking a little bit more about, Lorenzo De Felici. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Who has done what? Oblivion Song?
Yes.
I think he's worked with Kirkman on a lot of stuff like that. He is now doing the writing artist and cover art for your main book here on this for Red Roots.
So when I read the blurb of this, the first thing I thought was Grosse Pointe Blank.
Really?
So it's a professional killer and a high school teacher that are bound by a mysterious force. But the whole professional killer and the high school made me go, oh, it's Grosse Pointe Blank. And then I was like, no, it's not.
Again, when you turn around and take a look at a book like this, I always lean into who did they get to do variants, because I feel like they didn't necessarily just drop money to get variants. You get variants from people who are your friends, right?
Well, you obviously got Mignola there.
You've got Mignola, Vecchio, Jason Howard, Riley Rossmo. I think there was one. Yeah, Ryan Otley. So if those are your friends who are kind of like, I'm going to help you with this book, I think that stands as
that says a lot.
Because you're just not given a lot to go off of.
No.
And what your blurb is, I don't see any cover that lines up with that.
No. Well, that particular cover you just highlighted is really cool. That was Otley, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Otley.
Of course it was.
So far, I've had the most ordering so far for the Mignola.
Well, I mean, he's got a style. A lot of people. If you're a Hellboy fan, I mean, this is very Hellboyish. So
Every Mignola fan will pick this. Will pick this cover, no problem at all. And I think that it's right there. But again, just I don't think any of all of this is deeply horror gothic kind of and driven by the covers, and that just doesn't necessarily have to line up to the blurb. I feel like he also took it a little bit from Robert Kirkman's about short blurbs mean everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm very interested to see where this book goes. I think it will have a following. I know his art has fandom, with what we've seen with past books that he's worked on. So I think this is one of those safer tests. Like you can get into this book without worrying about that. I have no idea what's going on here.
I agree.
So I think that was it for number ones for Image. I wanted to just double check and make sure I didn't miss one, because usually the biggest deal about number ones at Image is that that's your jumping on points, like for new type stuff. So yeah, that's all we've got for Image number ones there. Do you have another one that you had on your list?
I don't. We've talked about pretty much everything. We all I think you and I chose a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit the bigger companies real quick. You have another round of Batman printings, no big deal there. I think that the Batman Dark Knight Returns is continuing to do a really kind of cool thing here. There is a Quietly cover that they have not released yet that is new content, and this Frank Miller alternate cover here has obviously has not been pressed before for this book. So
I actually like that Frank Miller cover. Don't tell Richie.
Yeah, we'll definitely delete that part of the pod, the cast out here and all this. But
I'm like, this makes me think of this book. I'm like, this is this book. So yeah, maybe it's a sketch he did for somebody like 30 years ago.
You know what? Even if it's current and all this, I do appreciate what's delivered on that one, and I do think that it fits very well for.
Just nobody tell Richie that we said it was good.
We're definitely
it would ruin everything.
Harley is back with both Harley and Ivy, Harley Quinn. We almost always hit those on the show because there's variants that demand your attention, kind of idea. Harley Quinn number 61 does have one that a lot of people will be jumping on for the homage here.
Well, I think that's funny that the Harley Quinn books, I'm pretty sure the variants outsell the A's.
100% they do.
So
and I'm mostly
weird.
I only have one person that grabs all. So this is definitely a book of choose your favorite kind of thing instead of having to collect all. Most people will turn around and find one cover or another and jump around and all this. But even DNA, kicking in with something that's a little bit more not quite his style. Like there's some weird lighting to it. I like it. But not just your absolutely shiny look that DNA will always deliver for you there. So if you missed out on Peril the Brutal Dark, the Ezra Kane mystery, we actually still have first prints on the rack if you'd still like to grab those. But second prints are going to be available along with number 2 is on this order here. I don't think most everything else in DC was just kind of mid storyline right now. We'll jump over to good old Marvel for what we've got going on here. We continue several of the theme variants.
Again, I like the Todd Knock variant.
I'm always torn on these knocks because they're very, just quick portrait kind of things. But this one does have enough action into to me that I can give it a thumbs up. The other ones, I don't think they're bad. They just never grab me.
Right.
They're fine. Doom 2099, Rage of Doom number 1 is here. I wonder who that's on the cover. I can't identify it. It's not obvious at all, right?
It's Mad Villain.
It's all Mad Villain. That's
just kidding.
Doom 2099 and Ultron are back here. Frank Terreri writing you the tale. So this is spinning out of the Doomed 2099 story that just went on with that. So again, continuing things there. Jung Ji Yoon on your A cover. delivers. But I did pick the Peach Momoko for my.
I actually like the Derek Chew on this one the best.
I think that's fair for our verses there.
The way they're looking at each other and facing off, I dig that. That's cool. It looks like one of your cards that you collect.
I think it's fair. I think that's a good cover. I think all three of those are really good covers. So I think you've got options abound on this.
We get the Epic Collection for Annihilation. You guys need to read that.
Yeah,
you never read that. That book is amazing.
Yeah, this is the Conquest prologue, right? So we're getting here. You get the Annihilation Conquest Quasar, Annihilation Conquest Star-Lord, and Annihilation Saga. So this is part 2, right? Because we first had Annihilation, and then we went into Conquest, and then this will be the stuff that leads you into, Guardians of the Galaxy
and Nova and all that. Yeah.
So I think of all the books, this is part 2 of the epics. But absolutely, Sean's correct. It should be required reading on all of your syllabuses.
The Ivan Talavera cover is really good too.
It's always
for Generation X.
Just gives it a really sharp, mean edge. Did really well with the hair too.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot.
Really stylized there. Punisher.
Punisher.
Again,
Marvel television variant's great.
We always point this out because if you're ever going to go meet John Bernthal and want to get an autograph, this might not be a bad book to put an autograph on. I think that in a red or a gold pen would just look really, really, really stellar. And you're picking it up now before it ever spikes. It's nice and affordable today, where you don't have to worry about that. A couple X-Men books here, but I think again most of the stuff is just all mid story. Do pay attention. Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon is going to lead into all the future stuff inside what Chip Zdarsky's taken on inside the Marvel Universe. And Wonder Man started off really hot. So I don't know if we've still got issue 1s on those.
Did you watch that show?
I have not watched that show. I am a little
good. It's really good.
Somebody brought it up.
The comics is good.
There's only 3 or 4 Disney Plus shows that have gotten multiple seasons in Marvel, and this is one of them because of how good it was. That's the common thing is that they were all good. Loki was good. This, and I think Daredevil. That might be.
Scarlet Witch got 2 seasons, right?
No.
Or did it just get 1?
WandaVision was 1 season, and then you get kind of into the movie.
Okay.
That's kind of how you count.
It's probably because she did each episode like its own episode, like its own season or something. So
yes. I think that one didn't get another season more along the lines because where it was planned to go inside the movie universe. Like it kind of had to fit a specific role inside that. So that's Marvel. And then if I pull up Dark Horse and IDW and Boom, our ever faithfuls here, I think most things, like I didn't have anything written down. I think most of this stuff is still most. I was
gonna say it's like all in the middle of the story for the most part.
So even Sleepy Hollow, this is a new mini series here for this. The Witches of the Western Wood. Again, is more tales. Again, I know that this is one of the gals that you see in the lore and all this. Her first encounter with the Hessian. So, if it's your thing, I think it's continuing just right where you want it to be. But this is kind of a quieter week. I think that maybe that's why Richie planned his vacation around this, right? But I'm going to look real quick at my last notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. Diablo. That's Titan Comics. I forgot about that one. We always point out the video game stuff because it just kind of blows up.
Usually after the fact. Usually people don't even know it's out, and then 2 years later they're like, "Hey, there was a Diablo comic," and you're like, "Yeah,
yes,
it's gone."
So Diablo: Dawn of Hatred here. I am not Diablo versed. I was a StarCraft guy instead of this. But I can tell you that if you'd like a book here written by Cullen Bunn, you're probably getting an okay story.
You buried the lead. Cullen Bunn.
Cullen Bunn. You know how the store always turns around and finds goodness in Bun. So you're getting pieces of Diablo for that. Rafael Garcia Henchman, if you would like to continue on with that, the number 1 was out this week. And I am going to point this out. The foil versions are up this week. I believe the other 2 versions are going to be up in 1 week. But Star Wars Insider 237 is going to have a Carbonite foil variant, and the Droids Fan Club foil is there. Most important part about this book, it is the final issue of Star Wars Insider.
Oh, they're killing it off, huh?
237 is where that's going to end. So do what you will with that information. Some people like picking up final issues for their collection.
Hence the Carbonite foil.
Yeah, so there'll be two other basic covers that don't have a treatment on it, but taking the foils takes an extra week to produce, so they need those orders in now so that everything can arrive on time. I appreciate when they do that, because there's nothing worse than selling a variant after the other one came out. Because everybody doesn't pay attention to it. That's just the business end of things. But I had that. Yep. Club Nephilim. I believe that's King Spot.
Was that or was that Devil's Due?
Devil's Due. You're right. It is Devil's Due.
Because I saw that and I was thinking about talking about it, but you said this was something that had come out, like the Zero came out a while ago, so we're kind of catching up on this one.
Devil's Due has gone through some reiterations, has reorganized several times, has always had this. They're now connected with massive publications, which is In with Lunar. So things like Keen Spot, Devil's Due, Iron Age Comics, plenty of those places like Antarctic Press all have a good, solid foundation to deliver on. Club Nephilim's Zero issue was a free comic book day, if I'm not mistaken, several years ago. But we're finally getting this. If you'll also notice, this says from the World of Mercy Sparks. So that is your fandom tie together, Mercy Sparks universe pieces for this. There are 3 different variants of slightly scantily clad, which always does bring all the boys to the yard.
When I thought Tim Seeley did all the original Mercy Sparks stuff, so that would make sense why he's doing one of the variant covers.
Yep. I believe Seeley is I believe he might even have a board position at Devil's Due. Like, it would make sense that's where he's still putting out Mercy Sparks when he does that. It's all still involved.
Pat Shand was one of the Zenoscope guys who's writing it.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't know that.
I did not know that. That was not a name that rang a bell with me. So
yeah, all the early Zenoscope stuff was all Pat Shand stuff.
Okay. All right. So there was that, and that where is this book? Oh, yeah. I did bury all of my books here. We have just enough time to deal with this. Bad Idea brings us Tony Millionaire's Oddball Odyssey.
Oh, you did ask me about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Sock Monkey.
Sock Monkey.
Sock Monkey, you know Tony Millionaire.
Yep. So this is now over here with Tony Millionaire's huge on accolades. Look at this. Winner of 5 Eisner Awards, 3 Harvey Awards, and an Ignatz. So well respected out there. Art is very specific for that. I will also point out that Warbird is coming out from them. This will drop right before Free Comic Book Day. It's kind of their, like getting it a little bit into Free Comic Book Day, so they discounted it all the way down to $1.99, to make it, since it's not a free book in itself.
I like the variants for the Winsor McKay and the Tintin and the Mickey Mouse variants for Oddball Odysseys. Those are great.
Yeah, I kind of thought that would gravitate into your world, just of appreciation there for all that type of stuff there.
Yeah, I think that one's supposed to be Popeye, and then Winsor McKay's that one on the bottom with the bed.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Really good pieces there. And then I swear to you, my absolute I have 2 to go. This is Mad Cave. This is why Richie's supposed to organize this stuff. Planet Atmos Exordium.
That's a hell of a name.
I think it's like a straight up dare to get it right? Like, you can't even.
Well, you're not saying it 5 times fast, that's for sure.
Some heists succeed, some fail, and some fail so spectacularly as to set off a chain of events that irrevocably alter a planet's future. So it had a feeling a little bit, like it didn't seem as deep as, say, like Expanse, but it kind of had that space.
It's like that movie, sci-fi opera type stuff.
Yeah, it had a feel like that to me and all this. The A cover, I do love. Tommy Lee Edwards is somebody who I deeply respect for that, and there are a couple variants for that. This one that's very homaged. I do like how it sets up there. And then truly my absolute real last one that I had was the book, and I just need to look at the publisher for this is Ray Media. And it is.
Yeah, I saw this because this was a Machia cover. I was like, that's a great cover.
David Mack on your main one. Tycena here. And a thrilling new series in the spirit of Super Sentai and Power Rangers. From Okamis creator TJ Serling. It's the last Okamis hunter from the future, now calls present-day New York home. So it's a kind of a fish out of a water story. Like you said, the Sozomachia will draw you in. No problem there. So take a look at that one, do a little bit of research to see if it fits into your world. With that, we've gone over time because I stumbled around and wasn't well organized, but that's okay. We can make it work in all this. So again, get your orders in by tomorrow at 6 p.m. Order directly on the website. You can order it to be shipped if you're not local, or just pick in-store pickup. And anyone who's a hold slot, please feel free to use the portal. It is the best way to secure your stuff. We appreciate that. Until we meet again, I guess, we're going to.
I'll see you all Wednesday.
This week, Tuesday night is the half-hour hype. Richie is back for that. And Wednesday will be Pandemonium and Chaos. That's all we're going to say about that one.
That'll be fun.
Join us again. Thanks, everyone.
Orders are due this Monday at I Want More Comics and Games. We make them available online so you don't miss out for your comic, trade paperback, and manga choices. And join us every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Mountain as we review these and more in our Final Orders Due show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Number 1 issues this week include Red Roots, Headlopper, and In Your Skin by Image Comics, Oddball's Odyssey by Bad Idea, Planet Atmos Exordium by Mad Cave Studios, Diablo Dawn of Hatred by Titan Comics, Sleepy Hollow, The Witches of the Western Wood from IDW, and Club Nephilim from Devil's Due Studios. Also, check out the hot variants of the week. Place your order before 6 p.m. Monday night, either shipped or in-store pickup, and we will see you at release.